Gangsta ain't never been my thing, but I play gangsta.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? There's Mojos KD. Well, get to bread, but my mind damn's cold. I need a walls like a short
thing. He loves it. In fact, I think he wants the attention from it. He understands what that brings. The best thing to do is to ignore him.
Okay.
If you ignore him, then it's over with, because he really is doing it for the attention of it. And by the way, that's fine. It's a great business tactic,
right?
You know, because it does bring a lot of attention. I just think but like for him now, I mean, this guy's such a successful producer. I don't think he needs to do any of that. He's a businessman.
Right.
I don't think he needs to do that. And he's talented, man. People like Power and those shows, the BMF shows. I'm gonna tell you something right now. And this is where you hear it first. If that guy, his real talent is comedy. Oh yeah. When he takes what he does in production and apply that to comedy, it's over with. He's that talented.
Wow.
That's his thing. Comedy. Part of the package of talking about rebranding. We had to. Reebok was skips. This is very good. You know what skips are? And people say, I don't wear those. Those are skips.
Yeah.
You don't want to wear those.
You're right.
Right.
You skip those and find something else.
You skip something and find something else. Those are Reeboks. We had to rebrand that. Part of it was changing the letters to RBK. Jay-Z, obviously, and 50 Cent and all of that stuff. And then it was AI and Jadakiss. So we did work around AI and Jadakiss. We did another spot with Stevie Francis and Scarface at the time.
Yeah.
That wasn't as successful. But we were doing this thing to fuse music and sport together. Because my whole thing was like, every rapper wanted to be a basketball player and basketball player wanted to be a rapper. And that's less true than it was back then, today. But because of that, I wanted to create marketing and advertising around that fusion. And that was the way we rebranded Reebok.
Right. How were you able to convince Jay-Z to create a sneaker with Reebok?
Mojos.
It wasn't really hard to convince him. Nike at the time didn't believe in music as performed. Nike was very disciplined to its manifesto about athletes and performance. They wouldn't mess around with anybody else. So an artist, the most you can get from Nike was some free sneakers.
Right.
They wouldn't do business with you. There was no commercial opportunity. And Jay-Z knew, like the great ones do, that he was moving the culture. Okay? So when he told everybody we wearing button-up shirts, we're gonna change clothes, that was happening. If he did a pair of sneakers with Reebok, forget Reebok's whatever they were, if he puts his name next to it, they're gonna buy his sneakers.
Right.
And he didn't have any self-doubt that, forget Nike, I could do this with them. And by the way, while he was wearing his sneakers and selling his sneakers, sometimes he'd wear Nike too. And he's like, people ain't gonna believe me if all I did was wear my sneakers. I gotta show them that I choose to wear my sneakers like I choose to wear those. It's an option. But like this whole idea, like only wear your sneakers, he knew that looks fake, because that wouldn't be real.
Right.
What's real is, I do like these, I also do like those. But it's creating an option, right? Which put Reebok in the conversation. So it didn't really take much convincing. The convincing was, getting a deal done, not if Reebok was the right.
And he
company.
wasn't an ambassador, he was a partner.
No, Jay-Z's not the ambassador for anything except himself. He was a partner. He was a 50-50 partner.
That's the thing. Because a lot of times these brands will throw a large sum of money and an athlete or an entertainer will take that. It's like, okay, fine. But how do you convince them, like, take less of this and become partnership or equity stake?
Mojos.
Jay-Z understood that from the beginning because he was an independent artist. So when Jay-Z was selling music out the back of a trunk, which Master P did, which Birdman and Cash Money did, Luke Skywalker did. There's some great entrepreneurs who sold like literally hand-to-hand combat with distributing music. What they knew was Whether they got there because they tried to get a record deal and then they got turned down, so then they had to just do that, they learned the margin was there. That was the first time you got a chance to look under the hood and realize, wait a minute, this thing that cost me, $1 to make, that I could sell for $16, all that money right there, that's mine. If I got a record deal, I'd be getting a small fraction of that. Once you learn that, once you see that, you can't unsee that.
Right.
So betting on yourself becomes the right.